So we are down on the floor doing a glute core workout. You can go outside. There you go. So we're going to need a medium to light loop band. So nothing crazy heavy, and a yoga block. If you have the option between a soft block or a cork block, you may want the soft block. It's a little bit lighter. We're going to have it between our knees. And we're going to start on your hands and knees, first of all. And we're going to just work on the wrists here. So I want you to tuck your toes under. If you can, get all your toes kind of tucked under. We get a little stretch on the arches of the feet. And we're going to take the right hand and bring it over to the right. And we're going to do a big circle for the wrists because we're going to spend quite a bit of time on the wrists. So I'd like you to try to loosen those up a little bit. And then change direction of the circles. Good. And then change direction of your hand. So your left hand will go out to face the left, and then the right hand will face the front. And you do some circles. The bigger the circles, the more of a stretch you're going to get on those forearms. And then change direction of your circles. Okay, then turn your palms to face your knees. Try to keep the arms straight, and you're going to rock back. That's going to give you a big stretch. You can rock back to neutral to give you a bit of a release. Rock back and then push forward. Hopefully your toes are still tucked under, so you're getting a little bit of stretch on the arches of the feet. And then we're going to flip our hands around. This is the hardest one. So backs of your hands on the mat, and then trying to straighten out the arms. Try and get your thumb and your pinky on the floor, and then rock back and forth. So now this might be less of a rock because it's a little bit more intense. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is a really hard one for the abs. And I'm doing it right at the beginning to get you to connect with your abs and feel your belly button pulling into your spine. So what you're going to do is you're in your hands and knees. Try to tuck in your wrists so that right underneath your shoulders. If you're unsure, your thumb should be kind of just below your nose, not by your eyes. And then you're going to lift your knees up off the floor. Okay, so we're just going to stay here exactly like this. And then I want you to draw the belly button in and then lean slightly forward a little bit more onto your hands. So that's quite a bit of weight on the shoulders, quite a bit of weight on the abs, right? So draw the abs in, so it's super, super intense here, and then lower your knees back down. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit harder. It's called around the world. We're going to just lift up one limb. Tracy, if your shoulder is bothering you, then don't just lift up your feet. Don't lift up one arm. Okay, so just do the legs, not the arms. So everyone's going to come back up. I'm going to lift up the right foot. Don't let your hips rock. Put it back down. Body stays in the same position. Lift up your left foot and then put it back down. Now the hard ones. Lift up the left arm. Don't rock the body too far. Lift up the right arm. Feel the abs tighten up and go back down. We'll do that one more time. Lift up the right foot. Put it back down. Easy. Left foot. Put it back down. Pretty easy. Left hand. We're lifted up. Doesn't have to be that high. Draw the abs in. Feel that tightness. Put your hand down. Let's try the right hand. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Take a rest. Okay, so tightening up your abs. You don't have to go that extreme, but when we start to lift up limbs, doing the legs and everything, I want you to think about drawing in your abs to support your back. So whenever we move a limb, it's going to be with our legs mostly right now, is you're not shifting your body. So if I look from here, when we do a hydrant, my body still stays square. So I'm not doing this, right, as we swing when we do the hydrants. So we're going to start with a yoga block underneath your right knee. I'm going to show you this way. Hopefully you can see a little bit more. We're doing hip hikes. So dropping your left hip down. So you might feel a bit of a stretch on your SI joints, on your waistline, and then pull that back up, back to neutral, all the way down. Doesn't have to go higher than neutral. Okay, so all the way down. and then hike it up. Good. So you should feel the leg get longer, the femur get longer as it reaches for the floor, and maybe see if you can get a stretch. So as your leg goes down, your knee goes down to the floor, see if you can draw the belly button into the spine a little bit more, so you're going to pull through the back, and you feel that stretch along the low back. Okay, now we'll stay with that leg. We're going to go into those circles. So bring your knee up like a dog at a fire hydrant. Draw a big circle so you're in a donkey kick, so it looks like that, and then swing it through. Fire hydrant, donkey kick, and then swing through. Fire hydrant, donkey kick, so the knees stay bent the whole time. We're going to change direction. So donkey kick, out to the side, keep your knee high, and then back in. Good. Donkey kick, keep the knee high, hydrant, and back in. Good. 2 more. Now, Dom, you're really flexible, so try not to go so far. So that, yeah, you're really flexible in the hips. Last one. Stick your legs straight out towards the side, and we're going to do one little stretch here. You're going to take your left hand and reach it up towards the ceiling. You're going to stay here. We're going to do 4 breaths. Every time you exhale, you're going to try to twist a little bit more from the waist. Twist a little bit more. You're going to lean back a little bit. Twist a little bit more. And last one, twist a little bit more. Good. Bring your left hand to meet your right. Keep your left leg out there. Now, bring it slightly forward, as far forward as you can, that is still comfortable. So maybe it's in line with your palms. Now, tighten up your abs. We're going to lift that leg up. Hold it there. Now, try and straighten both elbows. Tap the floor, and we're going to do, oh my God, cramping. Tap the floor, and you're going to do 10, lifting them up. So you're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it back down. So that's the hardest one. Let's go to the other leg. So we're going to do all that on the other side. So the first was the hip hikes. So left knee, now that we just worked, is on the block. Drop your right knee down to the floor, hike it up. See if you can draw the belly button in as the leg goes down. So you're trying to get a stretch on your low back. I'm going to do it this way so I can see you guys this time. Okay, now we do those circles. So fire hydrant, back to donkey kick, swing it through. Fire hydrant, donkey kick, and swing. 2, 3, 4. Change direction, donkey kick to the fire hydrant. Try and make that circle as big as you can, except for Dom. Make it a little bit less. Yeah. The last one. Okay, bring your right leg straight out to the side. Bring your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. We got 4 breaths here. You're leaning back, trying to get a little bit more stretch through the waist. Last one. Good. Bring your hand down. Now, lock your hands into the floor. Try not to lean too far onto the left, so you can exaggerate and start with the right. Pick up that right leg and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to tap and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do a 90-90 stretch on that glute for a second. So we'll start with the right one that we just did. Let's do a 90-degree bend on your knee here. So in the front, doesn't matter what you do with the other one. Now, I'm going to put your right hand on your right knee, left hand on your right ankle. So we're pushing them down. Then from here, we're going to try and twist our spine so we're facing the front. And now pushing down on your leg, you're going to reach your chest forward, straight forward. Come on up. Twist towards your right knee. Reach forward. And if that's too much holding onto the leg, you can put your hands on the floor. Then turn towards your toe and reach forward. And we do that one more time. Chest goes over top of the shin, nice and slow. And then just bring it over top of the knee. You're getting into that glute. And then one more time, over top of the heel. Good. No hands. See if you can switch legs. And then you can adjust your body. So we're looking for that 90-degree bend, the front. And then hands on the knee and the ankle. And you just draw forward. So as you're reaching forward, you're reaching the chest forward and really trying to anchor that left butt cheek down into the ground so it doesn't raise up. So that's your anchor and you're stretching from there. Last round. Okay. We're going to go back to those abs one more time. We're going to go around the world once, and then you have the option of doing around the world one more time, or we're going to go into a 2-point plank. So that means we lift up one arm and the opposite leg. You can also do this in a low plank if you would like, if it's too much on the shoulders. So we're back onto hands and knees. You lift up the knees, okay? Keeping the shins parallel to the floor. We're going to lift up the right foot, put it down. Lift up the left foot, put it down. Lift up the left arm, put it down. Don't let the shins come up any higher. Lift up the right arm, parallel to the floor, put them down. Now you're going to do that one more time, or you're going to come with me. Lift up the right foot and the left arm, opposite arm. Hold it there, put it down. And then lift up the left foot, lift up the right arm, hold, and then put it down. Awesome. Okay, back to glutes. We're going to take the yoga block and we're going to use the loop band. I would like you to put it around your feet, the arches of your feet. So not around your ankles yet, just the arches. And you're going to lay on your back with the yoga block second width between your knees or your thighs. Okay, and then feet come up. Now, you're going to look at your feet. Try not to turn them out. So we don't want this V shape. We're going to take the heels and put them underneath the toes. If you can stretch your toes out, that would be great. And then stretch the band so it's got some tension to it already. So already you feel your glutes engage. Okay, now if you want to add a little bit more abs, take your hands behind your head, tuck your chin in, roll yourself up just a little bit. So there's no tension on my neck. I'm not pulling on my neck. I'm just supporting the neck, okay? It's all coming from your upper abs. Now, move your knees slightly away from your chest. Now, if you want to just hold this is hard. Our next one is we stretch the band away. So the ankles go away, knees go in, pushing the block in. You hold it there. Then when you relax, you go back to the start, which is not all the way relaxed. It's back to that little bit of a stretch. And then we stretch it again and hold. Draw the belly button in, even if you're up or down. And then bring it back to relaxation. We have 2 more like this. So you're stretching the band, squeezing the block with your thighs. If it's too much on your knees, if it hurts, put it down on your thighs so it's not on the bone. And then relax it. One more. Glute should be on fire. And then bring them down. Good. Put them onto the floor. Take the yoga block out. Keep them on your feet, though. You can bring your knees into your chest. You're going to have to keep them quite wide so you don't lose the band. Okay, feet go on the floor. Let's keep the toes up. So just the heels on the floor. And then lift your hips up. They don't have to be all the way up, just a little bit, okay? So now I want you to think of stretching out your quads. So push your weight forward towards your knees. You're driving it forward, so we're not going towards the head. There's very little tension on my neck and my shoulders. It's all through the quads, pushing away from me. Now keep that. We're going to work the right leg only. So that means the left foot's going to come in towards your chest. We're going to go nice and slow. Make sure those hips haven't dropped. Put the heel back down. Same leg goes back up. In towards the chest. Keep your ankles flexed, so toes are coming towards the ceiling. Lift your left hip back up. You can even put your hands on your hips to monitor that hip. It's going to want to drop. We have 3 more. Nice and slow, and hold it towards the chest. This right butt cheek, give it a little tap, give it a little slap. Make sure it's working. Right butt cheek's working. Bring it in and bring it all the way down. We'll take a break after this. We have 1 more. Bring it in. Draw the belly button in and then lower it all the way down. So your right butt cheek should be on fire. Left hip flexor may be sore if they're tight because you're pulling that in, but it should be coming from the abs, not from the hip flexor. Okay, we do the left side. So hips go up, remember, not too high. Toes are flexed towards the ceiling. Turn this left butt cheek on. Give it a little tap. Wake it up. Now, bring the right knee towards your chest. You hold it there so it's not a fast movement. It's a slow. Slowly tap the floor with your heel. Keep the right hip up. Pull it back in. Hold it. And bring it back down. We have 4 more. Now, see if you can tuck your tail under a little bit so that you're arcing through the back. Put the heel down. We got 2 more. Knee towards the chest. Hold it there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that left butt cheek. Bring it back down. Last one. Bring it in towards your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then lower. Keep it on your feet. Feet are flat on the floor now. Windshield wiper them from side to side. Take your time. Okay, so we've got 2 more with them on our feet. And then we'll move up. Okay. Now this one is, you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest and you're going to pull them in. Now the band always has to be stretched, right? So hopefully you didn't pick a really wide band because if you lose it, then it's going to fall off your feet. So I want some tension always to be in the band. Now imagine that you've got a weight underneath both heels. So flex your toes towards your face. And now you're going to push the weight away. So slow, push it away, bring it back in. Now, if that was easy, you're going to push the weight just a little bit lower towards the floor. Keep the tension in the band even the whole time, and then bring it back towards your chest. So play around with it. You can go a little bit lower. Now, if your belly's coming up, you've gone too far. If your back is arched, you've gone too far. We're just going in and out, keeping the stretch on the band. So I feel it in my glutes, I feel it in my ankles, I feel it in my feet, and a lot in the abs as I really try to go a little bit lower. And it's the abs that are holding everything up. We've got 2 more. Keep the stretch in the band. No arc in the back. Last one. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest. We have 1 more. You want to do some little circles for your low back. Now, if your abs are getting tired, your legs are just going to go straight up. You could forget about the ab portion of this next exercise. So legs go straight up. Flex your feet towards your face. So you're getting a big calf stretch this whole time. Again, if your abs are sore, they just sit straight up. If you want a little bit more abs, start to lower them until you feel the abs just engage, just a little bit. Okay, now stretch the band. We're going to do little pulses out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Take the loop band off. Okay. Bring your right knee in towards your chest and then straighten your left all the way out. Reach the left like you're trying to reach your heel towards the back of the mat, and then pull the right into the side of the rib cage. We're getting a really big pull. Now, you have options where you can just stay in whatever stretch you would like. We're going to take this hands and put them to the back of your knee, and you're going to try to straighten out the knee. It's not going to go straight because you've pulled it all the way in, but that alone is going to give you a stretch on your hamstring. Now you do circles with your ankles or ankle, and then change direction of the ankle, circle. Now you can always stay here. We're going to start to walk our hands up our calf and then you start to you peel your chest up. So we're going to try and get yourself up as high as you can. Once you feel like you got it high enough, you can point your toe. We're going to try to pull our knee towards our chin or our nose. So you're drawing your chest towards your knee and your knee towards your chest. So it's quite an active hamstring stretch. And then you're going to try to turn your knee in slightly towards your nose. Like it's going to the outside of your left nostril. So your toes, your leg is going to be externally rotating. So the knee is going to be kind of turning in. Okay, bring your knee back in towards your chest and then bring the left knee in towards your chest. We'll do that on the other side. So hold on to the left shin, straighten out the right leg, and try to reach the right leg like you're trying to reach to the back of the mat. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. And at the same time, you're pulling that left knee, in towards your rib cage, just on the outside of the rib cage. So I'm using quite a bit of my arm strength to really squeeze that hip flexor, tighten it up. So that hip flexor is in the front of your hip, onto the top of the quad, into the abs. We're squeezing that. And slide your hand to the back of your leg, to the hamstring. And then we'll try to straighten out the leg. So first part here, you're flexing through the ankles, so the toes are coming towards your forehead, trying to reach your heel up towards the ceiling. Legs should not be straight yet because you're pulling it in towards your chest. Okay, so then this one, we can straighten out the leg, start to walk your hand up the shin until you feel like you can't go any further. You're lifting your torso up at the same time. So your chin or your forehead is trying to come to your knee. So you're trying to pull your upper body in and at the same time pull your leg towards your forehead. And now you're going to turn your knee slightly towards the right nostril or right side of your face. Excellent. And then you're going to bring your knee back down and you can bring both knees in one last time. Okay, let's take the yoga block. We're going to, this is going to be, I'm going to show you the easy version and then the hard version. So the easier version is you're going to place the yoga block, it's purple, sorry, on the right, I'll do the right side, right knee and hold it with the right hand. Your head can be on the floor. Okay, so the arm is straight, which is the leg, if you look at the legs almost, is quite straight as well. If that's too intense, you can always bend the arm, but you're trying to keep the arm straight. Now, if you want it more intense, you do the same thing, but you put your elbow on there and we're holding on. So already we're coming up really high. If you have your hand, you have the option of keeping your head up or down. If you got the elbow, you're holding on. Now try not to turn your head to the left. Keep your head looking to the right. Lock that elbow in the knee and see if you can get your knee a little bit further away from your chest. Now we've got our dead bugs happening from here. So reach one. So it's either your hand or the knee. Two, slow it down. Draw the belly button in as you reach your arm and leg away from each other. Look at your belly and see if you can draw it in instead of letting it pop up. We have 6 more. Exhale as you lower. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Okay, we switch to the other side. So if you did the elbow, you're gonna do the elbow again. So elbow goes behind your head. Try to keep your head looking forward. So try not to turn it off to the side. Okay, so you're just cradling the back of your neck. And then see if you can come up a little higher, move your knee away from you a little bit further. Right arm, right leg go down for 1. Reach them away. 2. Draw the belly button in as you reach. 3. Slow it down. 4. Make sure you're breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Next one. And 10. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Roll on over onto your belly. Let's give our abs a little bit of a stretch. And then we move into the lower. So in a Sphinx pose, you're going to draw the elbows back towards your hips and then pull your chest through and up towards the ceiling. So you're getting a big pull on the front of your abs. Your hips are anchored down, so that's giving you the anchor, and then you're pulling them away from that anchor. So this next one, if you watch me, you might not see any movement. I'm going for like maybe half an inch. Some of you are better at getting your thighs off. Now, what it looks like is your knees are bent. And if you look, I'm gonna squeeze my bum and lift the thighs. So you can probably see the top of the knees. And I've got like maybe you could maybe put a sheet of paper between, but barely. And then we relax. So don't worry about the movement. Don't try to get your bum towards your heels towards your bum because that's gonna take away the intensity. So it might just look like an isometric contraction. That's totally fine. So now that you've seen it, put your forehead onto your hands, stack them on top of each other. Flex the ankles so the toes are going towards the floor again. Now squeeze your bum and try to get the thighs off the ground as much as you can without losing that 90-degree bend in the ankles. And you hold that, keep squeezing for 3, 2, 1, and then you relax. Okay? And do that again. So try to squeeze your bum, trying to get the thighs off the ground. So it's a lot of glutes and a lot of low back. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Thighs come off the ground. Keep squeezing the bum. You should feel maybe the front of your hips open as you keep squeezing. And maybe you feel like your ankles are coming closer together. Don't let the ankles come closer together, but use that stretch in the front. That's more than 3. Relax. 2 more. Lift up the thighs. 3, 2. Keep lifting higher as I'm counting. 1. And relax. Last one, keep lifting as I go. Keep counting, keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. Try and get higher, and then relax. Woo. Sometimes your hamstrings will cramp. You're working so hard on that one. Next is our stretch. Bend your right knee, lift the thigh off the ground. Now you should get it up quite high, right? Reach up and over top of your body and tap the floor on the outside of your left foot leg. Bring your leg back down, straighten out the leg. Bend the left knee, lift the thigh up off the ground, reach up and over. Your elbows should stay glued to the ground. That's your anchor. The other side. Bend the right knee, lift it up and over, tap, and then bring it back down. One more time. Bend the left knee, lift it up and over, tap, and then bring it back down. Good. Bend your knees one more time. Squeeze your thighs together so they're touching each other, and then let your feet fall out to the side, one on either side. Okay, so they're moving away from each other. So your knees are still touching, but your ankles are falling away. Excellent. Okay, now bring your knees, so open up your knees to your 90 degrees and see if you can keep the same angle, and then close them. Okay, so open. Try to go a little further towards the ground, and then close. Now, as your legs go out to the side, see if you can squeeze your bum together. So it's kind of a funny variation where you're reaching your heels towards the floor and squeezing your bum at the same time. So you're going to feel your hips maybe coming off the floor slightly. Close it again. We have 2 more. Reach for the floor. Keep your ankles flexed, toes coming towards the floor. Squeeze your bum a little bit so maybe the thighs will come up off the floor just slightly. Don't have to lift them if just they contract. That's totally fine. Bring them back. Last one. Let the knees go up or the ankles go off to the side. Squeeze your bum. Squeeze your quads. Now see if you can squeeze your hamstrings as well and keep pushing your ankles down towards the floor. Go, 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 go. And then bring it back down. Woo! Okay. Point your toes like a ballerina, and your heels are going to be together. Now, forehead is going to go onto the floor. Reach your arms up, straight out. Now, if you have shoulder issues, it's going to be more like a V off to the side, okay, so that you can open up the shoulders. If you don't have shoulder issues, it's straight out. Palms are facing the floor. Good. With your toes pointed, don't push to the right. Lift up the left foot. Lift up the right arm. If you have the range of motion, you're going to lift up your head as well, and then lift up your chest and see if you can get a little higher with your chest. You can get a little higher with the leg, a little higher with the arm, a little higher, and then we go back down. toes together. So we're not pushing through the toes of the other foot. Okay, so start with the leg. Reach the right leg up. Reach the left arm up. Lift your head up. Lift your chest up. And then see if you can get everything a little higher, maybe the leg a little higher, the arm a little higher, the chest a little higher, just little tiny increments, and then lower back down. We do one more on each side. So we'll do about 6 seconds on each. So your leg goes up, hip bones are on the floor, right arm up, head up, chest up, lift the leg, lift the arm, lift the chest, and then lower back down. Other side, right leg, last one, right arm, head, neck, chest, lift the leg, lift the thigh off the ground, lift the arm a little higher, lift everything up a little bit more, and then bring it back down. Excellent. We're going to come on up onto your hands and knees one more time. And now, because we've done so much flexion and extension, we're going to do a cat-cow. Very, very slow, 2 of them. Round your back, look at your belly button, exhale. Push your hands into the floor and see if you can try to pull your shoulders up by your ears. So you're driving everything down, and then see if you can pull the shoulder blades away from each other. Now, big inhale, relax. Let the belly come down. Shoulders come in and together and down towards your back pocket. And then you can slowly arc your butt towards the ceiling. One more time. Tuck in your tail, round your back, push the ground away, and bring the shoulders up by your ears as close as you can. And then relax. Shoulders come down. They can even pinch together a little bit and down towards your back pockets. Butt goes up towards the ceiling. Nice. Okay, we're going to take the loop band. We're going to put it onto our hands. If you have shoulder issues, you're not going to use the band. You're just going to do the exercise without the band, okay? We're going to be in a high plank. So already the band should have just a slight bit of stretch. And if anybody starts this and they're like, yeah, this is not working for me, you can just hold a higher low plank. We're not going to be here for very long. I want you to take your left hand out, step it out to the left. Now listen closely. Take your right hand out and step it out to the right and forward. Okay, so they're forward. So now I'm ahead of myself. Now left hand goes back to where you started, underneath your shoulder. Right hand goes back to where you started. We have 2 more on each side. So right hand goes forward and out to the right. Left hand goes forward and out to the right. It doesn't go too far out to the side. That's fine. Now right hand goes back to start. Left hand goes back to the start. One more time. Left hand goes forward and out to the left. Right hand goes forward and out to the right. And then left hand comes back underneath the shoulder. Right hand comes back underneath the shoulder. And then come on down. Keep your band on your wrist. Child's pose. Perfect. Everyone went for child's pose. Okay. On the wrists. Now, if you have issues with your wrists doing this, you can put them on your hands, and that will kind of stop the wrists from flexing or extending, doing funny things. Now, that's on the shoulders. We're going to stretch the band just slightly. Now, mine's quite a heavy band, so I'm going to have a very small stretch. We're going to try to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, holding the shoulder blades together, slowly bring them up, and I can only go about that far before my shoulder blades come apart from each other, so that's as far as I'm going to go. If you can go further, you can go further. We're not going to let the elbows come out to the side. Try and keep them together. So keep them underneath the wrists or slightly in a little bit closer. You should feel this in the back of the shoulder, holding, supporting this motion. So in the rotator cuff, kind of scapular region, we've got 2 more. If it's really burning, you can stop early. Last one. Excellent. Okay, we're going to keep the loop band. Sit on the floor on your bum. We're going to work lats and core at the same time. If you would like, you can grab it and hold on to it like a fist, if that's easier. Oh, they're sore already. You're going to keep your toes up towards the ceiling. Lean back just a little bit so we feel the core engage. We're going to do the Ukrainian twist, grabbing or putting it on your wrist. We're going to stretch it slightly so you feel the shoulder blades pulling together. And we're going to twist as far as you can to the left. Okay, this is going to be a slow one. Now, use your abs and keep your arms in that same position. Twist to the right and then hold. So your right oblique should be holding you here in this position. Now, swing slowly to the left. Contract the left oblique, the left side waist. Hold it there. And then bring it to the right. Woo. Hold it there. Lean it back more if you don't feel the abs. Twist a little bit more. Good. And then swing it to the left. Swing it, go a little further, and then really turn on that left oblique. Good. Then we come to the right. Turn that right oblique on. Turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. One more each side. Swing to the left. Hold that oblique. Lean back just a little bit more. And then one more time. Lean to the right. Reach to the right. And then come on down. So that should hurt the shoulders just as much as the obliques. Okay? Take that off. You can put it off to the floor. And we're going to lay down on your back with your yoga block. Okay, so holding on to the yoga block, we're going to do 5 bridges. Bring your arms over top of your head. So right now we're just working on a stretch. When you do a bridge, you're going to try to push the weight towards your knees instead of towards your head. So when you bring your arms over top of your head, there's very little tension on the neck. Okay, now you're going to slowly, one vertebrae at a time, lower your spine back down. So that's a little bit more ab strength. Tuck your tail under and curl yourself up into that bridge. So going one vertebrae at a time. It's very, very slow. And then you're going to exhale, draw the belly button in and see if you can lower one vertebrae at a time. Okay, so your arms are kind of moving in sync with your vertebrae, very slow. We got 2 more. You can maybe get a little bit of a stretch on the hip flexors here. If you really curl the tail under as you come down, up you go one vertebrae at a time, and then slowly pull the abs in. It's like you're being drawn and sucked in back to the floor. Excellent. Put the block between your knees. I'm going to keep our knees bent for this one. Hands go behind the head. And now, this is a hard one. So if it's too hard, I'll give you the easier option, is scissors. Okay, that is the easier option. With the yoga block between the knees, we're going to keep our hands behind our head on the floor. Draw the belly button in a lot. If you want to make this one easier, there's another easier option. Get your heels towards your bum and then bring your heels down towards the floor. So everybody can start with that. And then if you're like, that's too easy, the more you open up the leg, the more that your feet are further away from your bum, the heavier it's going to feel as you lower down. So here we go. Squeeze the block, lower down and lift. It's slow. Touch your heels. So flex at the ankles. So toes are towards your face. And then toes should be facing the ceiling, not out to the side. So turn them in so that you're squeezing the block and you're getting the inner thigh to work. And now look at your belly button. Is it coming up when you're lowering it? So can you pull the abs in a little bit more? Draw them in, suck them in, nice and slow. And you can always move your legs further and further and further away until you're shaking and it's super intense. Last one. Nice. As you can see, I have not been counting for a lot of these. So as you know, if you need to stop early, please do. Lift your bum up and place your yoga block underneath. So you've done a lot of work. We're going to do a couple of stretches just to finish it off. So it's underneath the sacrum. We're just going to relax here and breathe. This is a very passive stretch of your abdominals and your hip flexors. Hip flexors go from the top of the quad, top of the thigh, to the kind of lower ribs. That's all your hip flexors. Anything that flexes the hip, brings it towards your chest. So that encompasses a lot of muscles. So just nice, easy, passive stretch here. We're going to get into a deeper hip flexor stretch. That will help ease out any sort of low back pain you have from the abdominal work. We're going to bring the right knee in towards your chest. We've done this already, but this is more intense. Now straighten out the left leg and reach the leg towards the back of the mat. So reach, 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 reach. And you can play around with flexing and extending at the ankle to see which one you feel gives you a bigger stretch. But you should kind of feel the left hip is going down and the right is coming up. So you might have a little bit of a twist to the hip. That's totally fine. And then we're going to bring the right knee out to the side. Now, so it's a little bit kind of like a happy baby, but we're not grabbing onto the foot. So you get maybe a little bit of groin on the right as we enjoy the hip stretch, hip flexor stretch on the left. We're trying to separate these two legs a little bit further away from each other. Okay, bring your right knee back in towards the center and then bring your left knee to meet it. And then hold on to the left shin and straighten out the right. So remember, the right is reaching. So that's the important one. We really want to get that reach so you can get that pull in that right hip flexor. And then bring your left knee out towards the side of the rib cage and really try to pull it in so you can feel that stretch between the two parts of your hips, from the left and the right. So reaching with the right, pulling in with the left, and then breathe. Last one. Bring your left knee into the center line, bring your right knee to meet it, and then slowly, one at a time, put your foot down the floor, put the other foot down the floor, and then lift your hips up and take the yoga block away. Arms and cactus arms. Let your knees fall out to the right. Pick up your right foot and place it on top of the left knee. And then you can turn your head to look at your left elbow or left arm. We're getting a spinal twist, stretching out again, hip flexors on the front and the low back. Breathe. And take the right foot off of the knee and then just windshield wiper them over to the left. Left foot goes on top of the right knee, anchoring it down. And you're going to turn your head to look at the right elbow. Take your foot off your knee. Bring your knees back up to the middle. Bring your soles of your feet together and you can let your knees fall out to the side. You can place your hands on your belly or your chest or whatever feels comfortable. I encourage you to stay here and do about 6 breaths. Would be nice just to finish the stretch. Make sure you leave feeling relaxed and centered. If you do need to run, then please do so.